Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Schlockcast. I am your host, Arthur Abbott, joined by the wonderful Professor Bloom.
Hello.
And Takako.
Hi.
Don't laugh at me. I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to do the professional thing. The thing they do.
Exactly.
That's not true. No one has ever. Every time someone says that, it's a lie.
Are you smiling
it's
right
all,
now? You literally just laughed.
Dude, you can't prove
it's
that
the
in a court of
mirthless
law.
laugh.
Looking forward to today's episode.
It's very much like, the doctor. I'm depressed. What should I do?
Don't pull out
the Payachi
clown. No. I laugh every time I think about his ass.
One where it's like, oh, you should go see Payachi. Absolute suck-ass clown. You'll laugh because, of how terrible he is. He cries because he knows it.
But
yeah,
doctor,
I
know
who you are.
Fuck ass! Get out of my studio right now!
So
get out of here!
Very sad. Anyway, Arthur, what did we watch this week?
That
Whose
is a good
fault is
question.
it?
That is an excellent question. What have we done? So, well, let's start this off. So, since the people have heard us last, what have we been up to? What have we been doing? And especially, what have we been watching?
Well, in this past week, I didn't watch that many movies. I watched 2 movies deliberately. One is very much schlock, and the other is an Academy Award winner. So, 2 sides of the coin. One, is a feel-good film about family and love, and the other was Moonstruck with Cher and Nicolas Cage. No, that's the good one. The other is Basket Case. That's the film about, familial love.
Oh my god.
That's not a joke.
Why are you rewatching Basket Case?
Because it's good and I wanted to watch it again.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna blame you. For
I might
this,
make
honestly.
both of
It's
you
your
watch
fault.
that, but
You showed him what's the fucking movie with the
I don't know, we talked about a lot of them.
It's the one with the backwards walk. The backwards man.
Malignant.
Oh, Extra. Malignant.
You showed him Malignant. It's your fault that this happened. You showed him Malignant, and now he's
talking
addicted
about
to
Italian horror, and I said, "Hey, why don't you check this one out?"
I ended up loving Malignant, even though it was from the opening credits extremely clear what was going to happen. Basket Case is shockingly similar in some ways to Malignant.
Oh my god.
Okay, have either of you seen Basket Case?
Yes, and you're right, and I'm pissed off.
Look, Basket Case has a genuinely warm core to it, I think.
Warm is not how I would describe.
It's a brotherly love film. Look,
Taka, you have never had a little ghoul to care for. You don't have a little gungeon goblin skittering around. He
feeds him hamburgers. They get along.
It's the deep.
You're the only one here with a brother. You're the only one here who would understand that.
Right. I'm just saying, if I had been, forcibly cut off of my older brother's side, I would be very happy if he cared for me in a basket.
Wait, we're talking about brothers? I'm talking about ghouls. Wait, are we on the same page here?
You need to see Basket Case. The directorial debut of Frank Henenlotter, and a genuinely sweet, weird, very schlocky film. Not working on the cell, huh?
So I haven't watched too much this past week. I've been working on model rigging stuff. I've been cooking a lot, going outside and getting some exercise. So I haven't been watching too much. I did rewatch the movie that we're going to talk about tonight, and I watched our following episode movie as well in preparation, but that's about it.
Oh yeah,
She's so
I should have mentioned I
prepared.
did watch Ticks again.
I thought initially,
this
I
was my-
thought you
this
were
was-
talking about Ticks, and then you said basket case, and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
This is my first watch, and I have so many opinions when we get. I have so much to say. I have a geyser of words on this film. But before that, so the only thing that I've seen this week was I headed out to the theater. I plopped my little butt down. I still don't know what
the theater.
it is that I'm doing wrong. I don't
Nothing.
know.
Keep-
I really
keep
don't.
on
There's
doing it.
nothing. Just keep doing it. Finish your sentence.
But so I plopped my butt down, and I was there with a couple of other people, and I saw Eddington, the new Ari Aster film.
Oh, how was it? Without spoiling anything, how was it? I wanted to see it.
Yeah, without spoiling it, I have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
I wrote a very long letterbox on
Oh,
it because
I better not read it then.
I was pretty good about not spoilers in it,
Okay.
but like,
All right.
yeah, if you want to go in completely blind, I would say just don't touch it and just walk in first. But Eddington is divisive. It is so. This is the issue with Eddington is that it's because of where it's set. It is set in it starts like literal title card start of the movie May 2020, and it is set in 2020 in everything that involves that. It hits on everything that happened over the course of that year, a lot of the controversies, and it is very politically divisive and hard to watch for some people. I think a lot of people who have a difficult time with viewing a critique of something they supported, whether it be a farce or a satirical or not, is going to upset them. I saw a lot of review. There were a lot of half-star. Ari Aster's a hack. I can't believe he talked about like this or like that, and he must be some kind of XYZ political opinion. There's a lot of that from people who walk into it and aren't willing to give it the time of day. And I'll be honest. There was a point in the movie, I think 1/3 in, where I was getting uncomfortable with the way that the film seemed to portray some of the messaging of the year. But I stuck it out, and I kept watching, and I think by the end it is pretty understandable where they were going with it.
Okay.
And that the backdrop of the year is simply they're trying to use it to set the tone for the nonsense and the insanity that ensues. There is a point where it feels that it breaks from reality. And I think that's the point where it becomes good. Like it redeems any concerns you might have had earlier in the film about it. But it is, the performances are all fantastic. Pedro Pascal's performance is great. Joaquin Phoenix, I don't know if he can put in a bad performance unless it's Joker 2. And even then, I think he was probably the better part of that movie.
I didn't see Joker 2, but my impression was that he didn't give a bad performance. It was just not a very good movie.
Yeah, the script was dog shit, and the director was crazy. Like, basically, was what happened with Joker 2 was that the director was seethe posting. The entire movie was like a seethe post because he got like really mad at people who want the 1.1% of Joker fans who like didn't get it, who didn't understand like the fucking point of the movie, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking get you. I'm gonna fucking get you. They gave me a bunch of money, and they're gonna let me make a sequel, and I'm gonna make it a fucking giant steaming piece of shit because fuck you. And that's like, well, kind of. It was basically he just did whatever he wanted with it, and it wasn't a cohesive film, and the musical numbers didn't fucking connect at all, and it invalidated like the main point of the first movie that was being made. And just all because he was really pissed off that a very small percentage of people didn't get it. Like, it was so petty.
So you're saying he got one guide and made a whole movie about
He
it.
got super one guy. He got incredibly one guy. This is the 200 messages a minute chat where they pull out the one message and they rant about it for 2 hours. Like it's the DSP of movies. Like it's the Hassan Piker like Hoden of film.
But with like $100 million
stop.
budget or whatever.
Yeah.
All I had
Exactly.
heard about it was I had seen some of the Joker singing scenes, which is unfortunate because, to my knowledge, Joaquin Phoenix is not a bad singer, but the way
No.
they tuned him, it sounds like he is, and they were trying to fix it, and they did a very bad job.
Yeah.
So if I do
And,
watch it, I'll be sure to have a blast.
The songs
It's-
also don't fit his range very well. Like it's such a
It's
nightmare.
really impressive to make a musical starring Lady Gaga and to fuck it up. Like,
Yeah.
how did you do that?
Not to
You
mention,
have an
not to
incredibly
mention, like,
talented, versatile artist and just completely wasted it.
not only does it shit on like the fans of the first Joker movie, but it just like also shits all over like the DC canon too. Like none of it. It's all.
Oh, it did
just
that in the first
so-
one, though. And I
Well,
think the
not
first one is a
really.
fine
It was
movie,
okay.
but
It did. It took its liberties. I think the first one with the DC canon, but it was simply an interpretation. I think because there's a million interpretations of the DC universe. It's perfectly fine, but this is like. It was hateful. It was like it just had like so much hate inside of it.
I'm surprised you
was
dislike it so much. It sounds like the kind of thing you'd be down for.
Is it like, oh, you liked my
No.
film? Fuck you. Fuck you for liking
Well,
my
it's just
movie.
You
sad.
liked it for the wrong reasons. That
Yeah,
pisses me
you
off.
liked it for the wrong reason in the wrong way, and now I'm going to make a whole movie about it.
I hate you so much.
I'd do that if I could, but
If they would
Like,
let
I get it.
you. Bloom, are you able to harbor that much hate in your heart? Not for
No,
2.5
not really.
hours, but for the
Not for
entire
that
length
long.
it would take to make this movie.
I could
Imagine
pretend
that.
to.
Imagine being mad for that long.
Not just being mad
pretend
for that long, being that mad for that long.
Right.
Like, because you need to be incandescent with rage to sustain you through an entire production of a motion picture.
Did you see?
You are a
The tier
reactor,
list.
a nuclear reactor.
Did you see the tier list going around on Twitter, tiering how angry
How
the men
angry
from
each
12
juror
Angry
in 12
Men
Angry Men. Yes. Unfortunately for you, I've already portrayed myself as the calm and collected juror 12.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Now that's a good movie.
Such a good movie. I
Did
ended
we
up
watch
showing
a good
it,
movie for
in my
this week?
Discord. Yeah.
I think we
did.
Which I think is a red
We watched a
flag.
movie.
I mean,
It certainly was a film that we watched this week. Taka,
Hi.
lead us in. What did we watch? What did you subject us to?
That's a good
And how
question.
how did you come about being a Tix knower in the first place?
Oh God. So I mentioned during episode 0 that I was traumatized as a child by seeing a scene of mosquito out of context. Although I don't think context would have helped because I was like 8. And I'm pretty sure I tracked down Mosquito and watched it in... I had a letterboxd by that point, so it had to be like 2023. Not that long ago. And in the related on YouTube, they had Ticks, the full movie, for free. And I was like, well, I just watched one really big bug movie, so I'll watch this one too. And I wasn't ready for like any part of it. And I had so much to say, and it really stuck with me a lot. And now I'm inflicting that upon you. And I'm
I think
thrilled.
infliction is a very good word for this. It really felt like I was being injected with like poison on my death. Like they have me strapped to the chair and I'm feeling like the cold rush of death as a little more juice is pumped into me.
Did
No,
you
no.
imagine me laughing at
Ticks,
you the
Ticks
entire
suck
time?
the juice out, not put it back in.
He's right.
True.
Well, we can talk about how tick-like the ticks are, but that's a different story. The director of this movie, first of all, it's one of those movies that you know is good because A, I was informed before we started recording that it was direct-to-video, and B, a lot of direct-to-video movies have like multiple titles that they just use interchangeably. Ticks is also called Infested.
Mm.
And it was directed by Tony Randall. And Bloom, you wanted to talk about what else he's done.
So I know Tony Randall mostly for Hellraiser 2, Hellbound.
Very good
Also
movie.
known as the only good Hellraiser sequel.
Still
Yes,
gotta watch
true.
the rest.
There's like 12 of them and 2 are good, which is
boy.
nuts. But looking through some of the other films he's directed, there's one I realize I need to see. Well, there are 2 I need to see. One just because of the title, Amityville 1992, It's About Time, which is an incredible title. Also, how are there so many Amityville horror movies?
That's a good question.
It's a house. You can just leave. You don't need to. You don't
Okay,
need to
Night
stay
Swim.
there. Very much. It's like a deathbed, the bed that eats. Just don't sleep in it.
You've been thinking about Deathbed.
I've
for
been thinking
weeks
about
now.
Deathbed a lot. I might make you both watch it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But the other film that immediately stuck out to me, apparently he directed a live-action Fist of the North Star film in 1995.
Yeah.
Which also has
it
a lot
also-
of the same crew that worked on
Yeah.
Ticks. Composer Christopher
has-
Stone.
Is Clint Howard is in it too?
Clint Howard is in it
Like,
as well. Malcolm McDowell is in Fist of the North Star.
Jesus Christ.
Which, I mean, he's been in great movies, but he's also been in so many bad ones. It's incredible.
He
But,
plays
so
a character named Duken, apparently. So that's Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. And Clint Howard plays
I mostly-
Stalin.
I mostly know Fist of the North Star. I mean, I mostly know Malcolm McDowell from his famed role as a British guy in Smiling Friends.
I thought you were going to say,
A
a
Clockwork
Clockwork Orange.
He is
like a
indeed
normal
also
person.
a British guy.
He is Alex. And you were like a British guy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, a Clockwork Orange. No, Smiling Friends.
No, yeah.
According to Wikipedia, which is a reliable source, Malcolm McDowell filled all of his scenes as Buchan in just 1 day's worth of shooting.
I
So that's a
completely
little-
believe. Anytime you
little
see
sprinkle.
a big name attached to a B movie, you're like, okay, they had them on set for 1 day. They're going to shoot a ton of insert shots. You won't see them interact with too many other people because they're not
He's
on
sitting
set
down
with
the
them.
whole time.
No, that would be if it's, Cameron Mitchell.
I
He's not
know,
getting out
just-
of that chair. I think
Oh
we
my
should
God.
talk about the cast of Ticks a little bit, though, because it's got
Oh,
some pretty
God.
big-name actors in there, a couple of them.
Sure.
And,
Main protagonist,
yeah, Seth Green,
Seth Green.
who looks about 12 years old.
He looks really, really lost the whole time.
He
he's
looks
there.
so lost. I think he was only like 18 or 19 when they were filming. He's quite young, playing a teenager. Most of the cast are supposed to be like troubled inner city youths.
Yes.
And
Supposed to be is doing a lot of carry
well,
weight
I
on
was
that
going
one.
to say
That's-
because, Alfonso Ribeiro, Carlton himself, is one of the main characters. And he's just
I'm
a
so
grown
excited
man.
to talk about him.
He's just a man.
Calling him
Like,
just a grown man doesn't do it justice. You need listen. We'll
Facial
get
hair
to
and
it,
all.
but it's
Well,
the
he
way
doesn't
he's
panic.
dressed. It's the way he acts. I don't.
Before we
Not yet.
dive into Mr. Carlton, I want to highlight something about Seth Green's performance in this. So this seems like it would be a very early Seth Green film, right? Like this
Why,
seems
'cause
like
he
okay,
looks like he's 12?
Like Yeah, because he looks like he's 12, right? It's like, okay, this is him like really early in his career.
Yeah.
This was 10 years into his career. He's
a child
This-
actor.
He was a
This
child
film-
actor.
was released in 93 and he had been in movies since 84. Yeah, he had just done Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a vampire the previous year.
Good for him.
Man.
Look at him now.
And he really, he was fucking lost. He did not know where he was.
But it works.
Very confused
it works
little
for
guy.
the character.
Yeah.
So,
No, the performances are mostly good. We also have two of the Howards in there. We've got Clint Howard.
Can you explain, because you guys were talking about this, I'm not familiar with Howard lore.
So the Howard family, actor, director. So I feel like most people know Ron Howard. You either know him as, little Ronnie Howard on Happy Days. That's where he was, a child star and was very famous and popular. He's the cute kid with the weird
if you're
face.
300 years old, then you'll know this.
Happy Days was in reruns forever. You can't tell me you've never seen Happy Days.
I watch Nick at Night all the time, Arthur. Speak for yourself.
This is going to sound crazy to you, but I have never seen a single episode of Happy Days. I know it from I love the 70s. Like when they would show clips of it in those like rehash shows about the past, where they would have the talking heads talking about the things they liked about the 70s.
I'm putting you in the Clockwork Orange chair, and I'm making you watch.
You mean the British man from Smiling Friends chair?
Exactly, his chair.
Yeah, the British man Smiling Friends. Yeah.
I promise not to scratch your cornea, though.
Yeah.
And also you say, oh well, of course I watched Nick at Night, Arthur.
We did go over this last time.
This is something.
You didn't have TV
that
beyond the basic channels.
My parents were. This is like a defining factor of the Arthur Rabbit existence lore. Is that my parents were some of the cheapest motherfuckers alive growing up. They would not pay more than $10 a month for cable.
Based honestly.
Whenever. They wouldn't ever get me any toys when we went grocery shopping. Every Christmas I would never get anything that I asked for. I would get like a 1/10 cost facsimile of what it was that I asked for. Up until maybe in my teen years. In my teen years, I think they finally broke and started actually getting me video games and things. But it was like Mommy, Daddy, I would like 80 Walker, and then I get like Darth Maul on a speeder, which is close, I guess. But it was rough, and I don't think I had cable until I was like 15.
I apologize for flexing my Nick at Night privilege. did not mean to.
Right, but I mean
to imply that everybody
you got to watch Aggro Crag and Escape from the Temple, or what it was called, and I didn't.
No, that's Guts. Nick Guts. That wasn't Nick at Night. That was just Nickelodeon. Also, I would.
You mean Legend of the Hidden Temple?
No,
yes, that's the one.
Legend of the Hidden Temple and Guts were different.
I guarantee
Guts is the one with the aggro
that's what he was talking about. Oh. I didn't see Guts.
I would do unspeakable things right now to get to climb the aggro crag. I don't care that I'll dislocate my knee. I want to so badly.
Let this man swim in the slime pit.
I guarantee.
Please.
If you ask anybody, between the age of 36 and 44, do you want to go climb the aggro crag right now? They will drop what they are doing. I'm going.
Do you want to know how abused I was as a child? I went to Universal multiple years. Multiple years I went to Universal, and we would walk past the Nickelodeon set where they filmed the shows, where they dropped the glop on people, where they dropped the slime.
The glop.
And not once did I ever get to go to any of the tapings.
Apparently the tapings were quite traumatic for everyone involved.
Maybe I
well,
want
because
to be
apparently
traumatized.
they'd just be filming for like 12 hours a day. They'd just grab
Jesus.
random kids from the park and be like, "Here, kid, go in Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have a strange man jump out at you and scream. It'll make great TV. Put together this monkey, you dipshit."
Jesus Christ.
As a kid, I would get so mad watching them in the Shrine of the Silver
When they
Monkey.
would fuck up putting
There's
the
3
monkey
parts.
together.
One is the head. That goes
It
on
wouldn't have
top.
been me.
One's
Wouldn't
the
have been-
base.
if I was there,
that goes on the bottom.
Mark Wahlberg voice. If I was there, it wouldn't have gone
would have
down
gone
like
down
that.
differently.
Yep.
This is all to say that Ron Howard, besides, being Richie Cunningham on Happy Days, has now gone on to be a very successful film director. He's done everything. You know him. His daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard, is also a successful actress and director. They're part of a whole
some
large
famous,
family
famous
of actors.
Ron Howard movies. The Da Vinci Code, A
Yeah.
Beautiful Mind.
Call
The,
it the Da Vinci
the Grinch featuring Jim Carrey.
Boo.
American Graffiti. Are you booing? Wait, are you booing
I'm
Jim
a-
Carrey Grinch
I
right
am.
now?
I watch the animated Grinch every year. I'm biased.
I am a live action Grinch hater, but
You are both evil. I need to exercise the devil out of this podcast because
No,
this is fucked up. That is
You
an
literally
enjoyable
invited
movie.
us.
It's a fun movie.
You brought
It's
us
a good
on.
Did he invite
time.
us
You
for an
can't fire
intervention?
me. I quit.
also leaving out, his probably best movies like Apollo 13 or, Cinderella Man, and instead saying How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Do you hate Ron
Yeah.
Howard?
Or Arrested Development. The whole
But,
show.
Ron has a brother, Clint, who is in dozens of, cheap B movies such as Ticks. But their father was also an actor for years and years, character actor mostly, Rance Howard, who, wasn't like a huge star, but he was in a lot of movies for a very long time. Talking decades and decades. They're both in Ticks. Clint plays the insane weed, trying to grow weed better with steroids guy, or some kind of not steroid. What did they call it? Some kind. It might have been. No, it was steroids.
No,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, it was illegal steroids.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Ticks
think
is
the
a-
producers
Steroids,
of
a
Ticks.
motif of this movie.
They
We should
don't
bluntly
know
say that
how-
Ticks is a weed movie.
It is a weed movie. They're never normal about it. They always
No.
say like marijuana or, with an H. It even shows up spelled with an H on a poster in the film. Or dope.
Does it really? I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In the beginning scene where the, Sir and Jerry are creeping on Melissa, I think it shows up as marijuana there.
Oh my
It's very
God.
funny.
Do you think this film is how Seth Green started getting into weed for the first time? You think he was like straight laced, normal kid, and then
No.
Ticks is what sent him down the dark path?
No way. It's funny
He-
to imagine though.
Imagine if I ever get the chance to meet Seth Green, I'll say, so was Ticks the turning point?
Oh my god.
And see if he has anything
Oh
to
my
say
God.
to that. But yeah, Rance Howard is also the sheriff in this. Small role, but
Oh, okay.
we've got a little father-son, combo there.
We should perhaps summarize the movie or
Yes,
go
we
through
should
the
we
plot.
should get into
Oh, yes.
get into at least the plot.
Right.
Yeah, what is the plot of Ticks?
The setup.
Boy.
Now, I want to point out for any listeners, I believe we all watched the same version, which is the original direct-to-video, 85 minutes. Apparently, in 2021, movie publishing house Vinegar Syndrome, when they went to do a 4K restoration, found that actually there's 94 minutes of film and 9 minutes had just never been seen on any previous release.
I need to know.
Now, we didn't watch that, but I imagine those extra 9 minutes would go a really long way in explaining anything about the first like 20 minutes of the movie.
You felt
Because-
lost. You didn't.
I want to interject a little bit here because so this was my first viewing of Ticks, and I think I have a particularly schizophrenic description of what we viewed.
Okay.
Because I was recounting this to a friend before the pod, and it is a fever dream of film. It is okay. So the film starts, and we
Most
are
do.
panning. We are panning through a dingy barn, with strange machinery. It looks like a Rube Goldberg machine from hell. There's a hamster running in a wheel that's powering
The
a
whole
massive
thing.
generator that is leaking a green glop out of it. There's a green schlorp just flying
gross
out of
movie.
this thing into the ground. And then beneath it is a strange pulsating pod. Just a pod, a little goopy pod, and you see as it gets to the goopy pod, there's just marijuana. There's marijuana plants everywhere. The devil's lettuce, the Mary Jane. And then it just
A jazz
jump cuts.
cigarette waiting
A
to be
jazz
rolled.
cigarette, the left-handed cigarette, yeah. And so we jump forward out of nowhere. We're in a parking lot, and a van is pulling up, and little bitty baby boy Seth Green is sitting there with
He's
his
so
dad.
tiny.
He's so small. He's just such a small lad.
You gotta remember he's dressed like Jesse Breaking Bad throughout this movie. So he's a really little guy, and then his clothes are huge.
Yes,
Right. That's
Very
a common
important.
theme with most of the characters in this film. I would chalk that up mostly to it being 1993, though.
Oh God.
It was the style at the time.
But
so
tangentially related, I need you to know how much I coveted Jinko jeans as a kid. Which obviously I did
my
not
God.
get to have because they are extraordinarily expensive. They're designer jeans.
Oh God.
You can still buy them.
They're huge.
They're huge. I've been tempted, but then I look and they're like $200 and I think, you know what? I really don't need to live out my childhood fantasy of being cool that badly.
Unless
No.
unless
There's no unless there.
all right.
just putting Jinko jeans on your model to finally feel cool.
Putting Jinko jeans on your throne.
Oh, God.
But so, okay. So they're in the parking lot, and the dad is like, "This program will help you, son. I love you. Get out of my car."
Right.
And
He like
under this
throws him out.
dirty. He throws him under this dirty overpass. This dirty,
Urban overpass,
crust-infested, empty. There's no one around. He's being
Yes.
abandoned in
we
this
should
parking
clarify,
lot.
it's not even like the kind of place you would go to get picked up somewhere. It looks like somewhere
Right.
like you're
It
not
is an
supposed to be.
underpass.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like somewhere where you would like go to dump your like big electronics that you wanted to bring to the dump, but they're gonna charge you $5 an item, and you are not about that.
Right. It's
so
where
you're
mattresses
just gonna,
end up.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so instantly, as soon as his dad pulls away and is like, "This is gonna help you, son. See ya. Bye. I'll see you in a week." The world starts to spin. It starts to get woozy, and he's seeing double vision, and then who appears
I'm
out
so
of
excited. First
the
of all,
blue, out of the thin air?
I compared his panic attack to like a 90s skateboarding video type editing.
It does have that
very
that style.
yes.
So wait, you're
He
saying
enc-
like 96 Quite Bitter Beings should be like playing over like
he encounters a very suspicious looking man, boy, in sunglasses and a trench coat and fingerless gloves, and I believe does he have a backwards hat as well? I feel like he's got
Yes,
something on his
yes.
head. All
He's
in
got
black.
the whole Monty.
And
Yeah, sunglasses at
he-
night, in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Yes,
Underneath
and
an overpass.
he's standing by a basketball hoop and I believe he tosses a basketball to Seth Green, and he pulls out a knife, and he says, "If you make this basket, I won't fucking kill you."
Yeah.
And
He
Seth
feeds
Green
him the rock
shoots it. Yes.
and says, "If you make it, you live. If you brick, you die."
So Seth Green, already having an anxiety attack, shoots the basket and gets it, doesn't he? And then
Well, so see,
He does.
Is the
I
interesting,
want
this is
to
the
point
interesting
out,
thing about
it
this
looks
is
like
that
Seth Green has never shot a basketball in his life.
it does.
Every time he throws it up, it immediately cuts to just the rim, so you can watch the ball go in, because they probably showed up on set, and Seth Green was like, "I don't know how to shoot a basketball." And they're like, "Well, just try it anyway." And he just throws he's just pushing
it's
it
not
straight
him shooting
forward.
the ball.
It is not him shooting the ball. So he
It's
makes it,
movie
though.
magic.
Absolutely not. But something that should be noted about it is like having his life threatened brings him out of the panic attack. Like the knife is
it
what
fixes
brings him
him.
back to reality.
It's very strange. It's very sobering for him.
I mean, I think I would also lock in if I stepped out of the car and was immediately told, "Make this basketball shot or I'm going to fucking stab you." And we
This
need
is
to
the
point
first
out,
5 minutes of the film.
we
5
need to point
minutes.
out who this is saying this. We've left that part out.
Oh yeah, that
actor
detail
is
has been left out.
Carlton from The
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It's Alfonso Ribeiro trying to be really tough. But
And
what's
it's
his
not
name and what's his
working.
behavior, Takako? How's he
Well-
how's he comport himself?
I'll get there. I believe Seth Green makes the basket and throws the basketball back to Carlton, and Carlton tells him, "Okay, do it again."
Yeah,
I forget what
wasn't
exactly
looking.
he says, but I wasn't looking, do it again. And is it then that the van pulls up?
Nope.
No. He makes the
he
second
takes
shot.
2 more shots.
Oh my god! Well, regardless, this character introduces himself. He reveals that this was a funny prank, and he wasn't actually going to kill him. He says, "They call me Panic, because I never do." So for the rest of the movie, people
Is that
call
how
him
nicknames
Panic.
work?
Apparently.
Like,
Except one character, an older woman, calls him Daryl, which is his real name.
Well,
but
that's Holly, who is
Yes.
played by Rosalind Allen, who I know from what was the TV show? Sequest.
Okay.
Nobody remembers. That's fine.
I'm so sorry. But when I first watched this, I didn't understand what he said. I thought he didn't finish his sentence. So for a good 10 minutes, I kept turning over in my head. They call me Panic because I never do. I said, never do what? I don't understand. And so it's become a meme in my community. We all say it. They call me Streamer because I never do.
That is why I watched the movie the first time, because you kept referencing that.
I didn't know you'd seen it before. That's so funny.
No, you
I
had been
wouldn't shut up
referencing
about
it.
ticks.
So then I watched it, and then you recommended it. But the first time I watched it, I was like in and out of being asleep. I just kind of put it on the couch. So it was very disorienting, because you'd wake up, from
God.
those little micro sleeps, and then something insane would be happening. But so it's all a joke. Carlton's just kind of busting his balls.
It's very funny. It's very funny that you were in and out of sleep, and yet you probably had the exact same experience that I had when fully conscious watching this film. It should be noted before we move to the next segment. Is that Seth Green, after the third shot, walks up with full confidence to Panic and says, "You're not going to kill me."
That's true.
Just like
Not only that,
the kid
he
who
hands him
was
the
not
ball
having
back and
any-
says, "Now you make one."
Yeah. It's like dude was like freaking out and flailing about because his dad left, and now is facing down an illegal switchblade, and it's just like, do it, pussy. Like, now, okay,
Yeah.
this is very
So
important.
bizarre.
I think this is super important. We're gonna jump ahead a little bit in the film because we don't know why he's having this panic attack, but we learn later.
Yes.
What we learn later makes this initial scene, this first scene, all the way back with the dad, so much crazier when you realize it. So what he describes later in the film to people is that when he was a child, his father got drunk and abandoned him in the woods for multiple days.
Yep.
Where he clung to a tree and screamed for his dad the entire
To-
time.
To Seth Green's character, Tyler, to his credit, the best thing to do if you are lost in the woods is stay put.
No, absolutely.
That's
critique
real.
is not of his
Right, no, of
survival
his
instinct
trauma.
was actually shockingly good. Yeah, and so the trauma is that because of that incident, he is afraid of being alone in open spaces. He cannot be alone in open spaces. It
Especially the
reminds him
wilderness.
of that trauma.
Right.
So
It
his
reminds him
father
of the
is
wilderness,
dropping
right?
him off to go to a summer camp for troubled
Yes.
children.
Right, for
Very
inner
cool.
city
And-
youths to
And
commune
what
with
does
nature.
he do? And what does he do? So he thinks the fix is to help his son is to send him to a camp with inner city youths who all have some problems and work together and teamwork out in the wild open. And his thought is, all right, son, I'm going to leave you under this overpass. No one's around.
I'm
the
not
van
gonna
is here to
stay
pick you
until
up.
they pick
There's-
you up.
and
Yeah.
I'm going to peel out looking disappointed in my life. I got to get to the bar. Like, he's just out of there. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Now,
Ironically, I think that the way that his anxiety is handled is maybe one of the only good things about this movie. Maybe not the way that it's shot, but the way that he talks about it and explains his condition to a character later is surprisingly real, very grounded.
Yeah.
I should have taken notes.
I did take
But
notes.
the way did you take any notes about that? Because I felt like the way he talks about it is very like grounded. It feels like a
he
real
talks
person
about it
talking about their anxiety.
very much like how a teenager would talk about it. Like there's the scene where he's in the car on the way to the vet with Charles.
Yeah.
And he describes this, he gets sick, like to his stomach, he vomits, he couldn't even go to school. And his dad doesn't really believe in doctors, which is why he ended up there. Not surprising because his dad seems terrible. But he says, but, I want to get better. Like he's just describing it very matter-of-factly, but he sounds like a kid.
Yeah.
He puts in
very
a great
good in it.
performance throughout the film. Like, yes, this is a schlock, low-budget movie, but I'd say the majority of the actors do a great job.
Yeah. I wish that he had more lines and more of a character. Like, I wish that there was more there.
Well, there's
just
a
about
mystery
I was
everyone.
going to say,
9
there's
minutes.
9 minutes.
We gotta know
Yeah,
what's
it's the
in
9
those
minutes.
9
That
minutes.
was where it all was.
Much of this probably was explained.
The van pulls up. Panic is revealed to not be a threat because Holly, the female, would you say counselor? I guess.
I'd say social worker more
okay.
because they're not like going to a summer camp. This is this thing. The two adults here, the two grown-ups in the room, are Holly and Charles, who
They seem like basically just non-religion based like youth outreach,
Right.
helping troubled kids, kind of. Like a non-for-profit kind of people.
right, and it's obvious even though a lot of the kids are somewhat flippant or boisterous.
issues
They
in
all
one way or
respect
another.
Holly, and they all kind of go
Yes.
out of their way to say that at various times. It doesn't really click into place until like 60 minutes into the movie that's the case.
Yeah.
But,
Considering Holly is given somewhere around, let me check, 7 lines in the entire film. It's
and
it's
half
very
of them are
difficult for us
like,
to-
Charles, go check on the kids.
Charles and Holly are driving the van. They stop by to pick up the Seth Green and Carlton.
Yep.
And the other members are... there is a rich girl named Dee Dee. And her I want to... bodybuilder.
Her boyfriend.
He's just like a jock boyfriend.
Yeah. Rome.
Who... was it Rome? Okay.
Rome.
And then there is a girl who doesn't talk. I think it's Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Kelly.
And she's just kind of in the background for most of it, so I didn't even realize she was meant to be mute. Right. I thought she just didn't have any lines.
Until...
And it is, hello, man. It is revealed very, very aggressively in a later scene that she is supposed to be mute, very suddenly, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Take them off to the cabins in the woods, but before...
there's also Melissa, who is not a troubled youth, but because Charles is her dad, she just has to go along.
Ironically, I think she has the worst attitude problem out of all of them. She does. But it is because she is very aware that Charles is seeing Holly. And she
doesn't like it.
Doesn't like that her dad is dating. So she's got
it should also be noted, it's not really explained why Dee Dee and her boyfriend are there. Like,
no, they seem pretty self-sufficient, actually.
Yeah. The mute girl, there's understandable reason for her to be there. Seth Green makes sense. You know, Carlton is a bit of a bad boy. And then, they're just there to fill stereotypes, maybe? I'm not sure. Like, it really doesn't...
They barely fit that, apart from being, like, rich girl and jock-ish boyfriend.
Jock boy, yeah.
Who mostly seem...
They're pretty normal.
Pretty well-adjusted. Maybe they're a little spoiled, and so that's why their, parents said, go to the woods for a while. But there was a when they're introduced...
I figured it out. I know why they're there. It's they hit an innocent man with their car and killed him, and they're
with
there.
Their BMW.
This is their court-appointed affluenza treatment.
God.
I mean, they do pull up in a drop-top BMW, and yeah. And, he drives up very aggressively, stops, and he's like, yeah, it stops on a dime. And, Rome gets out, Dee Dee's sunglasses, bonnet, chewing gum, very... Like,
she's so...
It's in LA. She's very starlet
off-the-shoulder cropped sweater.
Right.
She's so cool.
Like I
Love
said,
her.
very, very starlet coded, trying to be hip, young LA Hollywood type. Very funny line that stood out to me. Worth mentioning, this being an early 90s film, there's humor that's kind of off color sometimes.
Sure.
Was Rome says, my girl's dad is so loaded, she bought her the car and then bought me one too, but he said I can have it if I drive back to Mexico in it. And
oh my God.
Panic and Seth Green both just kind of look at each other. They're like, what is bro saying? And then he's like, what, do I look Mexican to you? And Seth Green just goes like, yeah, kinda. And they just leave it there. But it stood out to me just for how...
interaction, yeah.
Well, because it's like a normal-sounding teenage interaction. It was very funny.
Oh my God.
But also, it's one of those things where it's like, can you just make that joke? It's like, I guess.
So.
It was pretty funny.
Listen,
it stood out.
For the time, that
remarkably
is like flying colors.
I mean,
yeah.
Context is important too, I think.
Right.
But regardless.
And none of the kids have real issues with each other. Like, they all
not at all.
Mostly get along pretty well. Like, if we're talking about horror movies with a group of troubled teens, this is not like, Friday the 13th
among
Part 5.
Among the least troubled.
Right. They are remarkably untroubled, except for Tyler, Seth Green's character, who has severe agoraphobia and probably shouldn't be in the woods by himself.
The only one who needs this program, the nature of the program, he specifically should not be there.
He is specifically afraid of that exact thing, which is probably why his very old school father sent him there instead of to a psychiatrist.
It's called exposure therapy. Rub some dirt in it, literally.
Yeah, there you go.
They get to the campsite.
What? Yeah.
Hold on.
Everyone rushes out of the van.
Two more characters introduced before we get to the campsite.
Very important scene.
Yes. They stop for gas or something, and immediately Melissa, the teenage daughter of Charles, somebody just walks up behind her and like grabs her hair and kind of sniffs it and says like, "Oh, you're a pretty young thing, aren't you?" And mind you, she's
clearly
looking at
a hillbilly
bulletin
type
board
character
or something, warning about all the diabolical weed growers in the region.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're introduced to Sir and Jerry, who are...
Was it Sir doing it or Jerry?
Sir was doing it, I think.
Oh, never mind.
It was either Sir or
Sir
Jerry.
is the... Yeah.
Sir is the ascot
the one
wearing
who has it together.
fop who demands on being called Sir. And
Sir,
Jerry
so the thing
is
that's
his...
very strange about Sir, that we haven't noted where this takes place. So this takes place in Northern California. In the woods of Northern California is the location.
They leave L.A.
Sir,
to go to the woods of Northern California.
Is a very British man, like, who cannot stop laughing maniacally the entire film.
Doesn't he?
It's
a bit of jumping ahead, but doesn't he lose his British accent at one point? So it wasn't real, but he was very much trying to come off that way.
Jerry is like his hillbilly manservant, for a lack of a better way to put it.
The Torgo of this film, as it were.
Oh, poor Torgo.
But it's so while the sniffing is going on, back in the van, Panic and Seth Green, Tyler are just going through people's bags. They're just fucking robbing.
Is it both of them, or is it just Carlton? Yeah,
it's just Carlton.
Well, Carlton's the one robbing, and I mean, I would say that Seth Green is involved because he is.
Seth doesn't step in, but
he's
watching and not
about it.
snitching.
He's like, so what? You're a thief too? He's like, yeah, man, fuck off. Like, mind your business.
And so he picks through the bags, and he picks through the boyfriend's bag and finds steroids immediately. And he just puts it in his pocket, and he's just like, this is mine now? Did he find something else, too?
He did. He opened Charles's bag, the adult male chaperone, and it was just a huge roll of condoms.
Yes.
And he said, I know where Charles's head is at. It's like, all right, we know that Charles is here not necessarily just because he cares about the welfare of these youths. He wants to bone Holly.
Right.
Yeah, he's trying to slonk it down stupid style.
Is that what the kids say these days?
That is what the kids say these days, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, I am out here reacting. I'm checking out this new hip lingo. I'm clicking on hashtags.
My condolences.
I might have seen
it. Sorry to hear.
What the kids call the TikToks once or twice.
Oh God.
The ticks.
The ticks.
The ticks.
The ticks.
Oh, we should. Carlton also has a pet dog.
Yes, Brutus.
Him. I forget the name.
Oh, yes.
Is it Brutus? Okay.
Brutus. Very, very cute dog.
So Brutus is along for the ride. It is very cute.
Yeah, he did. He also he threatened Seth Green at the beginning of the film with the dog. He said, I'll stab you or I'll have my dog kill you.
Apart. And it's like the least threatening looking dog.
It is the cutest little guy.
Like, it's not a cane corso. It's not a pit bull. It's like some collie variant. It's not a threatening dog.
No.
The campsite they get to, that cabin, looks like shit.
It's disgusting. Covered
like
in
not just that it's covered in cobwebs, but like it's not in a scenic location. It's not like on a mountainside. It's not near a lake or a pond. We'll get to the ponds later. It is literally
just in the woods.
It's just and it's not like pretty woods. Now, I'm very biased about what I think are pretty woods because I don't think California has them. But
well, you're a hiker.
I am.
You can afford to be a little elitist.
I mean,
about
Northern
it, I
California
suppose.
is very. There's much nicer campsites they could have been at. You know, like if we're talking horror movies, you know, Camp
For
Crystal Lake
1.5 mil?
is pretty
I don't think
nice.
so.
No, it doesn't cost a lot to go to, you know, a state park and say, "Hey, can we close this for shooting for a week?" You know. Or just a private one, you know, find some rod and gun club and be like, "Hey, can we use your cabin and your pond?" I'm sure they could have done a better job location scouting. But if we're talking about gross cobwebs and stuff, here was my first kind of red flag here that these kids might be kind of dumb. As the boys are settling into the cabin, they open the closet and there is a huge, disgusting, pulsating egg sac that Seth Green encounters, and he's kind of just poking at it, and some larval
As he does,
ticks
Mm-hmm.
start just depositing onto the ground. And Panic, Rome, and Tyler are all looking at it like, that shit's gross, clean it out. Not thinking to, you know, maybe we should tell the adults here that there is a large, undefinable, pulsating mass of goo and flesh in the closet. They just kind of gloss over it. They stomp on it.
Rome steps on it and tells Seth Green to clean it up.
Right.
But then he walks away. And the whole time I was like, are you tracking that shit around the cabin? Oh, I was so upset. I was devastated, but otherwise they leave it alone. They leave the nest alone.
Also, we are going to get more into the effects, but I need to call out early that, one, the effects are pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
Some good stop motion for ticks skittering about. But also, I noticed in the credits that K&B Effects were credited with a lot of that special effects makeup. Now, do either of you know K&B Effects?
No.
So they are 3 artists. One of them has left the group, but it's Robert Kurtzman, Greg Nicotero, and Howard Berger. You might know Greg Nicotero's name specifically because he does a lot with The Walking Dead. So that's his stuff. They were founded in the kind of mid-'80s. They had all worked for like George Romero. They worked with Tom Savini on Day of the Dead, that kind of stuff too. Their first film together, actually, Takako, is one you've recommended, Intruder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did the effects there.
Oh, I'm excited.
Then they did a lot of the like Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Army of Darkness, you know, working with Sam Raimi. Broke kind of out of horror movies with Dances with Wolves. They provided the animatronics for that, for a lot of the Buffalo. And then they've gone on to be very, very mainstream with like the Narnia movies, Walking Dead. But basically, if you see K&B Effects in something, you know the effects are going to be squishy, gross, and really well done. You know, prosthetics, animatronics. So particularly that one scene towards the end of the movie, that's their handiwork. But I just wanted to mention
when we
that
get to it, that's
as we were, talking about those effects kind of beginning there. Very gross, very squishy. I like that kind of thing. Not everybody wants to. Not everybody's into splattery movies.
Right.
I think they're fun.
If you are.
If you are and see K&B Effects on something, you know it's going to be good.
But after the egg sac is discovered, is that when he goes on a walk with Melissa?
Yes.
We see a little budding romance, perhaps, which is funny because it really doesn't turn into
right
anything.
Away.
But
they have a little bit of a heart to heart.
Yeah,
she talks about how much she hates her dad.
He talks about how much he hates outside.
Yep.
They have a lot in common.
Big old bug ends up on her back.
He tells her to turn around. We don't even see it. And she tells him to stop messing around. And he says, no, really, turn around. And he's like holding out a big stick to get it off. And he can't because it's attached to her. So he's wrestling to get this thing off her back while she slowly gets more and more distressed. And he manages to. It skitters away. And she's got
not only does it
sizable
skitter
wound on her
away,
back.
it bites the stick and brings it with it when it skitters away.
Which is the greatest insult to any man in the woods, to steal their nightstick.
You can't steal a man's big
It was a pretty
stick.
good stick, too.
It was a good stick.
And so they go back, and, they're like, there was something fucking weird in the woods. Like, that was not normal. And the father just completely minimizes it. He's like, well, yeah,
there are
kids,
always bugs
there's
in the
nature out
woods.
there. And at no point do they think to show her the presumably open wound on Melissa's back or the bloody
I think
shirt.
It might be implied that it only bit through the clothes or something.
No, I think we
there was,
see it
there was
at
blood,
one point.
like a little bit.
There's a
She
little
said
bite.
it hurt.
And,
Well, then why? Okay.
I don't
They
know.
could have just been
I
like,
thought that the
look,
same...
this shit's not normal. Like, and Melissa's been there
In fact,
a
they
bunch
go
of
straight
times with
to-
her dad.
Oh, classic adults not listening to teens when something is wrong.
Literally saying
They say that.
Now, this is where I'd like to kind of talk about genre a bit, because ostensibly this is a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it ends up very comedy coded, I would say. Where even stuff like, coming back from that scene, it's not clear how serious they're taking. Like, they're just having a barbecue. They're making burgers.
Yeah.
Or Clint Howard in general is kind of making almost Jim Varney, like, earnest faces while he's, got his leg in a bear trap and ticks eating him from the inside. He's just kind of pulling goofy faces. And I don't know if they told him, like, look like you're in pain, or I don't know what they told him, but I kept expecting like, because he was having classic pratfalls.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
We did miss out on that before they get to the camp.
Right.
That kooky shed that is clearly growing super weed. The guy who is in there,
Turbo steroided weed.
yeah, he steps in a bear trap that he had out.
As
and is
one does.
wrestling to get
wait.
it.
Hold on. So the how this happens is one of the ticks hatches and is skittering around his weed lab.
Yes, his weed den.
And because he notices this because his little hamster gets eaten. We see a first-hand shot of the little hamster getting eaten by the tick, and then he finds it and he's like, "Man, you're all fricked up."
Yeah.
And
he
then
picks up this like
then-
half-eaten mouse corpse and is like, "Oh, you're all messed up, buddy."
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so and it's never exactly explained why he was messing with this bear trap. He was just he was just fucking with it. Like he was just
I
was
think it was to
pressing,
keep the other dope farmers out of his territory.
Maybe.
Yeah, but leaving it out.
I think it's also because he's a crazy man applying steroids to make better weed, which I don't think the writers or producers of Ticks know how drugs work.
Actually, this is a bit unrelated, but I don't know if either of you have seen the Kara no Kyokai movies. I'm a big Type Moon fan. And Japan isn't really a fan of weed.
Type 1 substances.
I love Nasu as a writer. I think he's an incredibly talented man. There is a pretty serious scene in the 7th Kara no Kyokai movie where a character succumbs to the influence of drugs, and the enemy comes up and says, "What you just smoked is 100 times stronger than normal weed. It'll kill you." In an otherwise very extremely serious series. So I want to say half the times weed gets brought up in my community, somebody posts the Kara no Kyokai super weed image. So they are making super weed in this movie. It is true.
Yes.
And but they also use steroids a lot, and I think they meant methamphetamines for what their effect ends up being.
Rather than anabolic steroid.
Right.
Just putting trend on the weed plants.
That's what they were doing. Oh, I mean specifically the
yeah.
weed that Panic took from Rome. Or not the weed, the steroids Panic took from Rome.
Okay.
He was very hopped up.
Right.
Which we'll get to that when it happens. But
that's not what steroids do.
No.
That's not what
but
ticks
so
do
Terrence
either.
Howard is, I mean,
Terrence Howard.
Oh, sorry, wrong Howard.
That's the one who invented a new form of math.
Yeah.
Do you not know about Terrence Howard's math?
Oh, I know. Oh, man.
He dropped out of school because he is dead convinced that 1 × 1 has to equal 2. That's a whole
He gets caught in a
separate
bear
thing.
trap. He gets attacked by
Howard.
ticks. Some disgusting eggs fall on his face.
Which,
and that's the last
again,
we see of him.
was very
Yeah.
comedy
Well,
coded
not
because
quite.
he's looking up at this egg as it falls from the ceiling and then it makes like a splat sound. It's very
Yeah.
silly. I mean, it's a little gross because I think he shoots
yeah.
his own leg because there's a tick like
Oh,
bulging
yeah,
out of
yeah.
it.
So wait, hold on. We're speeding ahead a little bit. So he walks up. He's sneaking around with this open bear trap in the middle of the floor. He walks up to one of his machines, and then suddenly a tick goes, "Bah!" And he stumbles, runs backward directly into the bear trap, stabs and it's not. No, it should be noted. This is not like a teeth bear trap. It is a flat bear trap where it's
Right.
gonna
The
fucking
kind that
smart.
breaks
Maybe
your
it'll
leg.
break something. Yeah, but it's not like getting gutted into you. But instead of trying to pull it open, he's just laying on the ground screaming, and then a goo pod falls from the ceiling onto his face. Now, it's later on that we get another flash forward to what is going on, and he wakes
That's
up,
it.
the goo pod is gone, and then the tick is underneath his skin, skittering
they're
around
all
like
inside him.
like the bug
Oof.
from the Mummy, and he stumbles over, still with the bear trap on his foot, stumbles over to a random drawer, pulls out a revolver, and blows a hole in his leg.
Oh, because
Yep.
the thing is skittering around his body. It goes
Right.
into
Yes.
his leg.
It's in his leg, which I need to point out is not what ticks do.
I'll
But-
get into that. I got some fucking opinions.
I have a lot of tick opinions. It's not a surprise to anybody. I live in Connecticut. Lyme disease is from here. I'm hyper aware of ticks. I do
That's
a
your
lot of
culture, man.
hiking. It's my culture. No, so anytime I come back from a hike,
when you drive over the border into Connecticut, you just see a big sign that says the home of Lyme
yeah,
disease.
you're in a PVE zone now. Like the ticks are out there. No, I've pulled dozens of ticks off of my legs
Ugh.
over the years and
they're
have
so
not
gross.
gotten Lyme disease, thankfully.
Thank
My
God.
brother has. They can treat it now, but
Thank God.
that didn't used to be the case. So yeah, that's not what ticks do.
No.
I'm
Ticks in this
glad.
movie do a lot of things that ticks don't do, but I suppose
That's true.
we'll talk about that.
We'll get there.
Is it the
Now-
first night that they are at camp that they decide to set a fire for fun?
Yes, with a whole
With
like
gasoline
a
that
water
Rome has
pail
stolen from the van.
of gasoline.
He walks
Yes.
on the scene carrying a bucket of gasoline that he stole from the vehicle. Yes.
Yeah, he
And-
dumps it on the fire and then just lights it.
Now Tyler does say,
and
"Whoa,
immediate-
whoa, that's too much, man." But
Yeah, he's not like
is
the
ignored.
others. He's not like Panic in Rome, but all the kids are what's the term? I'm blanking on the word. It's when you were sort of responsible for something because you didn't do anything about it.
They're accessories.
Culpable.
They're complicit.
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah, they're complicit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Charles
And
and,
so
Holly.
then a puff. Yeah, they are
Who were
fucking-
mid-coitus.
they're pounding down.
Yes.
to be clear.
They see a large blaze through the window, and Holly says, "Can you go check on the kids?"
It's
Oh
she
my
before
God.
first
there's
says,
a blaze, a
"I'll
big-
go," and she's in like a negligee, and he's like, "I'll
Oh
go."
yeah.
Yeah. It should be noted that also a blaze of fire and smoke bursts through the window into where they are fucking. Like, it's just a puff of smoke.
It's the raging, like it's the towering inferno here. And so he runs out, and now it's just kind of like a really big normal fire. Though it's worth pointing out there were lots of signs, Smokey the Bear type. Only you can prevent forest fires. This is a high fire risk, no fire zone
these kids
area.
sure are troubled.
And Charles just starts going off on him. He's yelling. And I think it's Carlton who just kind of goes like, what do you want, man? None of us know how to make a campfire. And he's like, are you all stupid? And they're just like, man, we don't know. And he's like, I overreacted. I'll teach you how to make a campfire tomorrow.
He says, I'll teach you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But put it out.
But then his daughter
he
just looks at him
it.
and is just pissed off. Just,
oh,
you're
she's
too
furious.
busy. You're too busy fucking your girlfriend. And she stomps off, just runs away into the night. So the next day, the next scenes, we start descending into madness at this point.
No.
Carl,
No.
Oh.
It is that night, I think.
Yeah.
That poor Brutus.
Panic.
Carlton realizes
that
his dog is nowhere to be found.
Well, they hear, after realizing that,
yes,
a blood-curdling, horrible screech from the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Which did not sound like it came from a dog, but,
No, it didn't. And that's why it was tolerable.
But then they find poor Brutus.
They find Brutus laying on the ground, very clearly a prop, but still, it's not the worst effect.
Yeah.
And there is something inside this creature trying to get out.
And he's kind of flopping around, doesn't recognize Panic.
And that's it's
It's upsetting.
Alfonso is not a bad actor.
No, not at all.
So when this awful scene is over, we see, I think it's Charles and is it Seth?
Yeah.
Go to meet him, and he's cradling his dead dog in his arms, and he's sobbing, and he just keeps saying he didn't even know who I was.
Yeah. Very sad
Awful.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little undercut by the fact that he picked up the corpse that was shivering, shaking, and clearly had a beast inside of it, and just wasn't paying attention to that. But he goes
I don't know. If I was a sad teen, I might do it anyway. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Right.
I just love my dog.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, true. But so the next day, for some reason, the ordering here is very strange. The sheriff comes out to look at the dog.
Yep. Played by Rance Howard, Clint's father.
Yes. And he's like, yeah, it's a dead dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and
does he show up again after that?
No, I think that's his only appearance.
But
oh, he does. Okay, we'll
not
get there then.
alive.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
He also does ask about, did you see, this local weirdo?
Oh, yeah.
And this is also when I think Jerry and Sir show up again.
Mm-hmm.
Just being real weird, warning them about the dope farmers and how they can be pretty, aggressive and territorial. Not foreshadowing
Holly,
anything at all.
I think, who says we're just here to camp. We're not interested.
Yeah, they're like leave.
Be out of your
what are you
hair.
doing? Like, yeah,
she clearly gets what's going on. I don't know if the kids do.
No, the kids are.
One of them
oblivious.
I know is a little haha weed, but they're not too bothered.
Yeah, I think it was Dee Dee who's like, haha, whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Now, before this started, of course, the panic in the still of the night while all this is going on, after finding his dog and before the sheriff gets there to check on it,
turns to
Panic
the cabin with
just
Seth.
leaves.
He gives a pretty decent performance, only undercut by the fact that, for emphasis, he is making the motion that you would make to rip a lawnmower cord repeatedly. But he does. He says, "Fuck this," and he packs his shit and he leaves. And Seth isn't really happy about it, but I think he threatens to hurt him if he stops him.
Yeah,
Right.
Seth
So he
tries to
just lets
stop
him
him,
go.
but he
Yeah.
he pushes him against the wall and holds a switchblade to his neck and says, I'm going to be fucking crazy. And it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, all right, you can leave.
He does leave the
And then-
dog there. He leaves the dog at the
Right.
campsite.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean,
And now
it's dead.
Seth
Right,
doesn't tell anyone
I'm not
until
going to carry
morning.
it
No,
back to LA.
he doesn't.
Right.
Which I think for an anxious kid is pretty...
Right. Especially now
reasonable.
that he was suddenly alone in the woods.
Oh, God, that poor...
You know, the specific thing that he's traumatized by.
Yes. Before we move on, I do have to point out and remind that one of my favorite bits in this movie is when Seth Green opens up to Panic a little bit about his anxiety, and Panic tells him, "You should just be more like my dog. He's
Oh,
brave."
yeah? His dog was
Hell
brave.
yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Look,
got
he loved that
anxiety?
dog.
Look at my fucking dog. Just do that. Bark, bark. But yes,
I feel like that's pretty good
warned
advice.
them, and I think they just leave after that, right?
Yeah, they just leave.
Right.
They just walk away. Yeah.
Charles and Seth take the dog to a vet.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
they're
also,
away for a
to
little
look for
bit.
Panic on the way.
Oh yeah, of course.
Who sees them drive by in the van. He's like camped out by some rocks and goes like, "Oh, don't look for me too hard or anything." Like, he clearly, I think, wanted to be found and was just kind of acting out. And just watches them drive by like nothing. And he's like, "Shit, they don't care about me. Like, nobody
so
does."
fucking sad, man.
It's very sad because, like, it's
No one
not
cared.
clear what the nature of his being troubled is exactly.
I believe he starts the fire and he roots through their bags, but we really
Right.
don't get anything about like who he is. We just know like
does
who
he have
is
a
right now.
bad home situation? Is
the
he
main
homeless?
implication seems to be that just he's living in bad areas and trying to survive and is put on. I think it's implied that he puts on a tough face, but he's a pretty sensitive dude. But he just has to constantly be in this mode to protect himself, basically.
He's also doing Tai Chi at one point. Or does he have like a little plastic katana? He's doing something really funny.
Oh no,
as
he's playing with a
some
hatchet.
passive. Oh my god.
And he's doing like kung fu poses and then throws it at the sign that kind of falls off, and then he awkwardly tries to put it back. Yeah, he's not beating the
He's so
Carlton
cool.
allegations here.
No, he
With
really
the
isn't.
fingerless gloves.
He's
and the
trying
black
to look
trench
so
coat.
tough.
He's so cool. But while the boys are out, Holly approaches the campsite, and it's Dee Dee and Rome, who are sunbathing and can't be bothered to do anything else, and Melissa, Charles's daughter, and Kelly, the quiet girl. And there's a lot of tension between Holly and Melissa. And Holly says, "Melissa, why don't you take Kelly fishing?" And Melissa's like, "I don't want to go fishing." Holly says, "Kelly, do you want to go fishing?" She nods. So Melissa's like, "Fine, we can go fishing, I guess." Melissa and Kelly go fishing, and they're getting through the woods towards the pond. And Melissa just starts talking kind of at her, kind of out loud about how this is a pain and stuff. And she doesn't expect Kelly to respond, I guess because this character is mute. Again, I didn't know.
Right. She's just
And then Kelly
assuming
says
that she's
something.
mute.
Yes. Kelly says something in response. And Melissa turns around shocked. She's like, "I didn't know you could talk," which is very stupid, but also a very teen thing to say.
Right.
And out of nowhere, Kelly says, "Well, after the rape, I really didn't feel like talking very much." And they
That-
just move on.
My jaw dropped. Because I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
their reaction to it is just, "Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know." Like,
Yeah,
like,
well,
this
I'm
is a
Melissa's
pretty
sweeter
big
to her, but
revelation.
it's so serious and so sudden, and I didn't even know, again, that she was not talking. I thought she just didn't get lines. So we don't know who this character is, and this is like the first thing that we learn about her.
And
we
she
really
proceeds
don't
to
learn
be-
any more beyond that.
And that she's
No,
been
that's it.
fishing before.
We know
Well,
that she likes
we
fishing.
know that
yes.
she likes fishing and she's pretty capable. Like that's what we learn.
Yeah, she's handy.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so they're casting the line. So they get to the place where they're supposed to fish, and it is literally a dirty,
Oh, it's so gross.
1 foot deep pond.
algae it's green. It's opaque.
Yeah. There's nothing alive in
disgusting.
here except for crawfish. Like, and we learned that there's nothing alive in here because they cast the line in. They there's a big one on the line.
Yeah,
Go
Kelly
in there and
casts it
get
in.
it out.
And she, oh my god, she
And
tells
says
Melissa,
Melissa,
go into the
pull
pond
it
and
out."
get my thing free. You couldn't pay me enough to walk into that pond. Rivers are slimy. I don't like
Now-
walking in them. That pond?
I can't say too much because I have walked further into water to retrieve a fish that I have had hooked on a line before.
Yeah, but you didn't tell someone else to do it.
No, I did it myself because I'm normal. Well, no, when you're like fly fishing, you're already wading into a river,
Oh yeah.
you
of
know,
course.
or I've done it in a lake before because there was a really like tough pickerel on the line and I just walked over with a net and picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, normal things. But what did she catch?
Well, she catches the sheriff, whose bloated corpse floats right next to Melissa.
Then
So a crime has occurred.
right. Oh, and while this is going on, Dee Dee and Rome went to go canoodle in the woods somewhere and find the shack.
But Dee Dee does,
Yes.
I believe. Are they playing like hide and seek or something?
They were
I think.
kind of playing hide and seek. They're like, oh, what if somebody comes back to this, you know, abandoned
Yeah.
shack? And Rome's like, I'll just beat up that hillbilly weirdo.
Okay, brother.
And he's been shirtless most of the film. He's been flexing. But she goes inside. And things get gross.
Wait, before this, actually, so it should be. Wait, there is a scene we
Oh,
missed.
yeah, the vet.
During all of this, they are the vet scene happens where they get the dog's corpse to the vet, and she's sticking in needles of like, and she's talking about like, oh, it looks like something attacked it, and then she sticks needle in, and it bites off and pulls in the needle, and then she goes to pull another one in there, and then a tick grabs the needle and bursts from the corpse and is skittering around.
She tries to draw its blood.
Right.
And the plunger is forcefully pulled back to the bottom. Like, she can't pull it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something's pulling back. And I think she also
this
says, like,
thing is-
your dog ain't got blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
think,
first
does she
plunger
cut it
she
and
puts
nothing
in-
comes out?
Yeah,
Right.
so
Something like that?
the first plunger she puts in, but the first initially doesn't have any blood. It's been drained of blood, and then so the tick bursts and starts skittering with the
The effects are so good. It is so fast and it looks so real.
It is gross.
Not the creature itself, but the way that it moves.
Right.
Looks
Yeah.
very, like, real.
Very good
It's
effects
authentically
work.
moving. Yeah.
The
so-
scene is almost overtly comedic. The way the
Yes.
tick, like, it
Right.
runs behind a corner and checks if they're there and hides.
It is. Yeah. It is. It becomes absurd because as soon as the tick is out of the body, the vet is like, quick, put a towel under the door. We gotta get it. So Seth Green like lazily puts a towel under the door, kind of, sorta, and the veterinarian has like the little green fish.
Oh, the fish
scooper,
tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fish tank, scooper,
Like half the
and
size of the tick.
yeah, and so they're running around like trying to find it and doing like a cat and mouse Tom and Jerry bit with this tick until it finally is skittering around and going, "Blah, blah, blah," and the veterinarian squunches it, just squunches it under her heel.
Yep.
To
And
which
even
yeah,
says,
they
like, when in doubt, squish.
yeah. And so they pull the corpse out up, and they're going through it, and she's like, "Yeah, this is like a mutated tick. It's probably got hit by steroids that the weed farmers are using."
When she says marijuana, a boom mic visibly floats into scene.
I
by
did
the
not
way.
notice that.
I didn't see that. So
Oh,
Hold on. I
I
still have
remember
the
seeing
film
it the first time.
pulled
I
up.
did not
I'm
see
going
it
to find
this
that.
time. So it might have been the one that I watched was cropped differently or something, but I know that it's there.
But so
And I
while
want to find it.
while they are boom micing, she starts describing how it looks like this thing has like crazy hallucinogenic. It's
Oh,
powered
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's like
it's numbing
LSD.
toxin. Yeah, so it'll give you a trip if it bites you. It's got a neurotoxin.
She also like rubs the outside of the tick, comes away with green goo on her fingers, sniffs it, and goes, "Oh, it's steroids." Like somebody must be making super weed, and it got on the ticks. Yeah, severely altered is the phrase she uses to describe it as a tick.
And so we flash forward, and Carlton is out in the woods, and Carlton gets attacked by ticks, and he's screaming and gets bit.
He feels
and
a
passes
bite
out
on his leg.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That because at first
Under
he
his
bugs
pant
by
leg,
his leg,
which is very scary, honestly.
Yeah, and he cuts open his pant leg, sees the tick, and then rips it off with a knife.
And this is the worst part, and one of the only tick-like things, although not really. The head remains.
Yep.
The head is
gets
stuck to him,
in
and it goes inside of him.
Oh, it's worth pointing out, early in the film, they pick a normal tick off of Brutus. Seth Green and Carlton.
Oh, do they?
They pick a normal tick off of Brutus, and Carlton goes to squish it, and Seth Green goes, no. You don't squish a tick. He says they can't, like, they're too strong to be squished. That's not true.
Yeah.
You shouldn't squish one because if it's an infected tick, you could get the infection on you. That's why you shouldn't. But he burns it. That's important for later.
Yeah, but where this, of course, this fact, though, gets completely thrown out the window with the super ticks. You would think the super ticks would be easier,
there's
like
super
would not
fire.
be crushable.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, they crush a lot of them.
No, you mean the
they're
squishing
easily
thing?
Yeah, they stomp
they're
on
easily
a ton
squished.
of them.
Yeah,
Well,
very
so
gooey.
a lot of the ones are, very gross.
yeah. So Carlton passes out, and with the tick head burrowing inside him, and then we flash forward to we are now at the weed room, and Dee Dee is in the weed room.
Yes.
And what happens in the weed room?
She finds good old Clint Howard, now with no legs and a crazy face, demanding to be killed.
Pulsating. Things are
Yes,
very
there's
clearly trying to come out of his face, and they're moving around inside of his
great
face.
prosthetics, and then they do come out of his face just kind of blows up a little bit.
It's terrifying too, because he hands this confused,
right in front of her.
spoiled teenager a gun, and he says, "I need you to kill me right now." And she's like, "What?"
freaking out.
Screaming, I'm infested.
Oh, yeah.
And then she doesn't
Title
pull the
drop.
trigger, and then a tick blows out of his head and bites her on the neck.
Bites her on the neck. Yep. Because
Yeah,
she
and she
starts
runs-
experiencing a trip later on.
Yeah, she runs out of there and she starts screaming and freaking out, and Romeo finds her and she's losing her mind.
Yeah, he helps her back to camp, but she's not well.
No, she is suffering from the effects of that bite. So I've been trying to find the boom mic appearance. I do not see it on the version I've watched. If you watched an open mat, that could be it.
I'll look around for it.
Yeah,
I love a good boom mic sighting.
Yeah. Now, during all this, then Panic wakes up and is delusional and stumbles into the area of the weed farm where Sir just because the mute girl they're running back to the camp, and Sir just fucking shoots him. Just shoots him in the fucking leg and starts just firing for no apparent reason, just firing shots off to kill this kid.
Well,
and he stumbles down a hill, shot and injured.
No. He shoots him for a reason, and the reason is he won't let them assault him.
Right. So we
live in a post-deliverance world, so every redneck has to sexually harass a male character.
Right. They are simultaneously trying to sexually assault this young man while also being homophobic towards him.
Yes.
Which is quite the combo. And also makes for a great back and forth exchange that I'm not going to repeat, but it was pretty funny.
Strange
he tells
afternoon
him to
golfer
say,
moment.
"You're an F word."
Yeah.
And instead Panic says, You're an F word.
Yeah, it's like, no, you. And then he stabs
It
Jerry
pisses them off real bad.
in the leg to get away. Pisses them off real bad.
With his knife.
Schrodinger, Chekhov's knife there. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Schrodinger's.
We don't know if he has one or not, but maybe he does if you're not looking.
Listen, if I plunge this knife into your stomach, is it there or is it not? Who knows?
Oh, it's there.
But then, he's running away, gets shot
they
at.
are shooting at him.
And they hit a video game staple there, the big red container of gasoline that immediately explodes and sets everything on fire. Because we know it's a fire risk. All the weed is burning up. Jerry's very unhappy about it. Also, Carlton beats the shit out of Jerry for a while.
He does.
Like, he's really giving him the hands. He's saying, like, I'll fucking kill you. And I believe that he would try. Which, there was also an exchange earlier on, back in the van, when Carlton and Seth Green were going through people's bags. When Seth Green says, hey, have you killed anybody?
Oh, my God.
And Carlton just goes, what kind of question is that? And he says, I don't know, a direct one. To which Carlton replies, I've killed as many people as chicks you've slept with. And Seth Green just goes, oh, wow, that many? Which, again, great teenage banter kind of thing. But it's, it's obvious Carlton hasn't killed anybody. He's fighting this guy. He's getting the better of him. Gets shot in the side, presumably left for dead, because everything's on fire, and the fire starts spreading pretty quickly, which then drives us back to...
He takes a power-up, or is that later?
Yes. Then he pulls out the steroids that he had taken from Rome's bag and just starts munching on them. And this is where I think the producers didn't know the difference between steroids and methamphetamine. Because if he's trying to power through being shot and having a tick inside him, anabolic steroids are not going to help you there.
No.
Meth
well, I was reminded of... I know Arthur has. Bloom, have you seen Strange Darling?
No.
I really liked it, and I will recommend that you watch it. But there is a scene where a character is physically hurt.
Yes.
And when he has to lock in, he does a real messy line of coke before running out to get himself through it. And I think this is what that was supposed to be.
That's what they were going for.
Really,
but I
doesn't really work
don't
like
think
that.
they knew what drugs were.
No, they certainly did not.
Same way that they're kind of showing, all the weed smoke, and I'm
really
thinking,
know what a tick is.
Are they going to have people get high because the whole weed field is on fire, and then they just don't do anything with that?
They don't do anything about that.
They should have.
It's almost like
really
they don't
funny
know how
if
drugs
everybody
work.
was just kind of high by the end.
But everyone is rushing back to camp, including Panic at this point.
Yes, though he's
struggling.
Know that
it takes
as
him
the
a
audience.
while. Yes.
Understandably, because he's in a bad way.
Yes. Everyone is trying to converge at the campsite, where there is, I believe, one vehicle. Is it the van?
Yes, just the van.
There's the van.
Okay.
There's quite a lot of chaos going on there.
Yeah, the fire is driving all the ticks towards the cabin.
Yep.
Everyone is converging. Everyone's running towards it, and most of them get.
Dee Dee is hallucinating. By the
Dee Dee
way,
is on the couch.
Rome is trying to carry her, and she keeps seeing him as Jarvis,
as Clint Howard. Yeah, Jarvis Tanner.
She's
I think the character's
freaking out
because he's just got the big nasty facial prosthetics and keeps just screaming, "I'm infested!" over and over. Like, as Rome is trying to calm her down, it's like, baby, it's me. I'm infested. She's having a bad trip. Like,
this is something
Rome is not a
about
good trip
the
sitter
power,
in this case.
The power of the ticks. The ticks' power is very inconsistent throughout the movie. Sometimes somebody gets bit and they trip out like crazy style. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they pass out. Sometimes they're totally fine and nothing happens. Sometimes they die instantly, like what happens a little later. And there's a lot that goes on with these ticks. It's really not well organized.
It is a mystery. What do they do? It's bad though.
I mean,
And
maybe
who
some
knocks at
got
the
more
cabin
steroids
door?
than others. None other than Sir and Jerry fleeing from the fire.
Yeah, they come into the cabin and they're being
trying to
weird.
play nice with everyone. They're being fellow survivors, but they can't be normal because they're evil.
Yeah.
Immediately tried to take charge, force the kids out to the van to, steal it for themselves kind of thing.
Yeah, but then suddenly a knock
no,
at the
initially
door.
they're like, we should all get in the van.
at
We
first.
should go.
Yeah.
But then they pull out their gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the gun comes out because there's a knock at the door, and it's Carlton, and he's like, "Let me in!"
Yes.
Yeah. He's dying.
And so wait. Before I should also note that as Sir and Jerry are running in, they are covered in ticks, and they are smashing them, and they're
ripping them
bit
off
all
of
over.
Jerry.
Yeah,
Because Jerry's
And yet
just
they
lousy
end up-
with them.
For a little while, they're just fine. Like nothing happens, right? So then Carlton gets there, and they're like, "Don't open the door, don't let him in," which doesn't.
They're like,
make it,
"What do you mean? What do you mean? Don't
Yeah,
let
what-
him in?"
Yeah,
They let him
and so
in.
they let him in, and Carlton is having a horrific death scene.
He's having a
and
seizure. He's dying.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
And
Tyler
in his
burns a
dying
tick
words,
off of him
Yes,
and notices the bullet wound in his side.
he does.
As you were saying.
Does he? Oh no, I was just gonna say, is it then that he points it out?
Yes.
yeah. Well,
does
it's actually, I believe it's the girl who points it out. It says he has a bullet wound. What happened to him? And then suddenly, from out of nowhere, Sir pulls a shotgun out of I don't know where he was hiding it in his fucking.
He was
jacket,
wearing a trench
but
coat.
a full.
He could...
Yeah, he had a full-size shotgun just hidden in there somewhere, and pulls it out and starts pointing it at everybody.
Well, no,
and
someone
is like-
says it was them.
Right.
I
Also-
don't remember if it's
yeah.
Carlton right before he dies,
Carlton
or if it's
he
Dee Dee.
points at them and says, "They did me. They did
Yeah,
me."
yeah.
Over and over again before he dies. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Carlton
Right.
dies.
Also worth
He pulls
pointing
up-
out, just about Sir in general, he is called that because he just demands on being called Sir at all times by all people. Very consistent, kind of
especially
funny.
Jerry.
Right, especially Jerry. And if Jerry ever
Yes.
calls him anything else, he gets abused.
Yes.
Yeah. And so they have the gun and everyone's screaming and freaking out, and then suddenly the counselor is like, fuck this shit, and he just starts walking towards the door, and he gets his legs blown out from under him. It shoots him, and immediately everyone's screaming
he's
and running.
okay, but he does get
Yeah.
shot.
Right.
Yeah, they bandage him up, and they're all screaming and running around, and then Sir's like, "We're gonna get the van," and they're like, "We're not sending the kids out there to get the van," and he's like, "Jerry, go get the van," and Jerry's like, "I'm not gonna go out there and get the van," and Sir says,
It's like,
Go
I'm not
get
going to
the
get the van.
van.
Who? He's like, no, sir, I'm not going to go get the van.
And you get the impression it's one of the only times Jerry has actually
Stood up for
argued
himself.
with
Right.
Sir.
Also, they're lovers, right?
For sure.
Like, they
For sure.
must be. It's kind of coded that way, but they don't really get into it.
I mean, I'd say it's more of like a joke
Right.
than anything.
Or just
but
like
you
the
definitely
token
do
nod to,
get that
Deliverance
impression.
style
Yeah.
hillbilly abuse.
"Yeah."
Now, how
Yeah.
does he get Jerry to go get the van? I forget. Does he just tell him and threaten to shoot
I
him?
think he just
if
tells him
doesn't?
and
He
threatens
literally
to shoot him. He's like,
Okay,
just get
well,
the fucking
Jerry,
van.
Heads on out, gets in the van, covered in ticks, just awful. And as he is driving it to the cabin, I believe Sir exits the cabin to meet him there. He makes it clear that it's going to be just them who's leaving, and he's
Right.
going to leave the campers for dead. Campers, whatever. But the ticks that are biting Jerry cause him to hallucinate. And what does he see on the porch?
He sees the zombified sheriff pointing
Yep.
the shotgun at him.
Who they had
And
killed
so-
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what
because
do they
he
do?
was
What does he
snooping
do?
around their dope growing operation.
He
Crashes
speeds
right
up
into
and
that
rams
cabin.
into him. Not
Which
only
does not kill him.
hit it, or no, yeah, he doesn't kill him. He does, however, hurt him and then let all the ticks in.
Right.
In a bit.
Now all the
There's now the stronghold has been compromised.
right.
Now,
Kids are trying to get out.
The house
is in
turns
chaos.
into the final room in a Halloween haunt. Where the lights are flickering and there's
Yes.
things skittering and everyone is freaking out, and they suddenly, in the midst of all of this, Carlton's body starts doing the thing and flies up against the wall and is shaking and skittering, and everyone's like, oh fuck, and they all run upstairs except for Sir, who is still stuck. He's like hurt and he's like and he's just sitting there screaming.
Not to interrupt, but it's really funny because Sir once again tries to take control with the gun and boss them around, and they just fucking like rush him.
Yeah.
They just take the gun out of his hand.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he had
because
another
he's
gun.
sorely
Yeah.
outnumbered
Yeah.
at this point.
They like kick him off the couch, you know. Which reasonable. There's like 5 of you. You can handle him. But yeah, then Carlton's body starts transforming in what had to be my favorite scene in the movie,
Oh, I'm so glad.
because we get some wonderful effects of a giant ultra tick, coming out limb by limb, like from each joint. So like leg is bent, huge spike comes out, eventually, rips in half right down the middle, and this like 8-foot mega insect emerges. But there's lots of great little insert shots of, each appendage coming out. Very squishy, good mix of prosthetics, some probably stop motion, full body style animatronics. I love this kind of thing.
It is incredible, but it makes
and for a
no
low-budget
fucking
movie.
sense at all.
Oh, but
That's not true.
When you think about it for 5 seconds,
look, the ticks did
this
too many
is
steroids.
Nonsense. How?
And then they went in the stomach of
Arthur,
the guy who did all those steroids.
The tick's head was swerving around his body, and you're gonna pick now?
Is that the
that's why.
implication, though? Is the
Yeah, it's
implication
because
that
he took steroids.
Yeah.
He ate the tick ate the steroids and grew inside of him. But how?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the time
It
that
was
he
already
died, between the
eroided.
time he died to when the tick grew, that means that the tick had to have grown to that size from his death, like within 5 minutes of him getting to the
They're good
while he was
steroids.
dead.
It's a big
Right.
tick. They're good steroids, sir.
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, I love that
guess so.
when as this is happening, they're trying to get out of the now nearly on fire cabin. And
Yes,
Seth Green
they
is like, I gotta get out of
upstairs.
here, man. And Rome's like, can you do that? And he's like, yeah, my panic disorder's acting up, man. I gotta get out of here.
Which it's not his panic disorder, by the way. That's not the issue that he has. Like, it has nothing to do with
They call
enclosed
him that
spaces
'cause
full
he
of
never
people.
does.
all credit to Carlton. Even in the worst times, he didn't panic.
He didn't
No, it's true.
panic.
I can see why
He
they
did
call
not.
him Panic, because he never did.
Shut the fuck up. So the main group are upstairs trying to escape from a second story window, or if you're British, what they call the first floor,
story,
the
yeah.
ground floor.
No, the first
second one
floor
is the
would
first.
be, yeah.
The second, yeah. Upstairs.
Also,
And
Sir
they've-
gets fucked up by that tick. He's
devoured.
just done.
Just eaten. They've like jerry-rigged some kind of like...
No, it was the tire swing that was on the...
was it the tire swing? Okay.
Yeah, the tree outside.
The quiet girl is seen using a tire swing several times.
Yep.
So they use the tire swing. Seth Green uses it as like a swing to get him to the
Yep.
van. He is holding, I
Immediately
think, a
falls.
torch with fire on it.
Yep, a broom.
Because if they,
Yep.
if they hold fire up to the ticks, they run away.
And if
if
it
the ticks
touches
get
them,
touched,
they
they
explode.
explode.
It's great. Really gooey.
He does reach the van,
Yep, which is
What does he do with Jerry's body?
he burns the ticks off of them first, because we see them explode from a really great shot where we see the window and then we just see the like viscera splattering up against it, which is a great shot because one, it's really effective, but two, it probably cost nothing to film. They're just throwing like, you know, little chunks of whatever. Yeah. And it works perfectly. It's great. So I think he just dumps Jerry's corpse.
Yeah, I think he just boots him out and then drives he drives the van over to the window so everyone can jump out. And as they're jumping out onto like towels that are all tied together, the giant tick has gotten upstairs and it is trying to break through the door. And everyone gets out. Romeo's the last one. The tick grabs Romeo, is trying to pull him back, trying to eat him.
He just grabs him by the leg, yes.
Jumps back up there with another flaming broom, sticks it in the tick's face, and then the tick lets go. He's able to get Romeo. They're driving away, and the tick goes bam and explodes. And then the fireball from the tick hits exploding. It gets to the like the giant
more
gas tank.
Fire.
And just blows up, and then
they
the
blow
entire
that cabin up.
Yeah, as they're driving away, the
miniature
cabin
shot.
explodes.
Literally blows
So
the
cool.
roof off of it. Pretty obviously a miniature, but looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I thought it looked great.
This is when they completely ran out of budget or care for the plot because this is the literal end. This is they're driving away, and then it just snap cuts to a junkyard where the van is in a junkyard. Lord knows how long after, and then a single tick goo sack falls off the bottom.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
sequel hook.
That they never
That's
got.
it.
Yeah.
We don't have any epilogue. We don't know what happened to
kill
them.
the ticks.
No, we
they
don't need
made
to
it
know
to
any of that.
safety.
They made it. This
They
is
got
the
out
rare
of the
horror
woods. I'm
movie where
satisfied.
virtually everybody made it. Just poor Carlton didn't
Poor Carlton.
didn't make it out. But no, all the teens make it. The adults make it. The bad guys die. Like it's a surprisingly good end for everybody there.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, the sheriff's not so happy in that bog, but
Well,
Oh,
he's kind of a weirdo.
he was old.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Are old people your kids? Like where Taka and I like get overjoyed when we see a child being brutally maimed in a
I
movie.
don't get overjoyed. I think
You
it's funny.
specifically show me movies where children get a viscera just blown up. And
Yeah, 'cause
we
I know
clap
that's
our
your
hands
thing.
together.
Listen.
Okay. Tangent, but if you are interested in that specifically, there is a trauma film about...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know
Beware,
exactly
Children
what
at
you're gonna
Play.
recommend. Yeah.
It's a slasher film where there are evil cannibalistic children. And the movie, I'm going to spoil it for you because I don't think either of you are particularly interested in watching it.
Oh, I was going to.
I mean, you know what I'm about to say, though.
I do, yeah.
Because that's why people know it. The way the movie ends is the townspeople figure out that it's these kids living in the woods who are, you know, killing and eating people.
Cannibalizing people.
The entire town shows up and just brings heavy ordnance, like, you know, guns, and they just blast these kids. They just kill all the fucking
Fuck
kids.
these kids up, man.
Let's go.
It's pretty nasty.
It's really funny, though, because the kids aren't very good actors. So they'll be, like, falling over and obviously holding, like, a chicken breast painted red. It's really funny. I mean, it's obviously upsetting because you're watching children get mowed down by adults. But
yeah,
But
upsetting.
they had it coming.
Oh man, so that's ticks. It's
That's ticks.
fucking
ticks
crazy.
as creatures, they don't explode.
No. Well,
No,
they kind of can pop.
Do they explode?
Well, so if you...
Yeah, but not from fire, from being squished if they're engorged.
Right. I've never lit a tick on fire because I'm normal, but
Oh, I know kids at summer camp who did.
Removed many a tick from my legs. Anytime I'm out hiking, I usually check myself at my midway point, and then when I get back to my car from wherever I've parked up at the trailhead. And that's why you should wear long pants when you go hiking, no matter how hot it is. It's not a bad idea to tuck them into your socks either, no matter how lame that looks. If you're trying to keep ticks off of you, which you should, because Lyme disease is bad. And then there's that other, I think it's the Lone Star tick, that can give you a meat allergy.
Yep.
Which that happened to my father's cousin.
That happened to one of my friends. Can't eat red meat anymore.
It's sucks. I mean, she just went vegetarian and said, "No, I was going to do this anyway eventually." But I've pulled an engorged tick off of me before, and you have to like push its head out.
Ugh,
with tweezers, you gotta make sure it's out of there.
The head will tear off.
They kind of pop.
They don't go.
No, they don't. Well, they're also not, the size of a basketball.
They're so gross.
They're really gross. What is it about movies where all you need to do to make an effective horror movie is just make an animal bigger than it should be?
Bugs, but big.
Bugs, but
I've been talking about this for the past year. Bugs, but big. They're so effective.
There are mammals, but big, but that doesn't work as well.
Yeah. I will
Night
say
of the Lepus, however, is hilarious.
Oh
the
God,
unfortunate thing about this Bugs, but big is that I don't think they did a very good job of making ticks scary. Like, they just felt...
I don't think they made them scary. They made them gross.
They made them gross.
The power level of the ticks was just all over the place throughout the entire movie.
What are we, power scaling ticks?
Well, there's no consistency to how dangerous the ticks are. Sometimes
different doses
they're like, just got to knock them
steroids.
off. And other times it's like one bite and you're dead.
Some took more weed than others. Or more weed steroid. The thing is, I'm not a great test study for horror movies because I very seldom get scared when I'm watching a horror movie. I was mostly just entertained because apart from the very kind of disjointed first 15 minutes, this is a pretty coherent movie overall. You pretty quickly get a sense of who the characters are, what's going on. Again, apart from the beginning, which just, I'd love to know
so funny.
Where those missing 9 minutes are.
Yeah, where were they? And what were they?
Right. But for the most part, very easy to follow, very funny film in a lot of ways. Both intentional, I'd say more intentionally than not.
Yeah.
But then I had to wonder, like, did they mean for it to be scary? Or did they want you to rent this movie with your friends and go, ew, gross? And I think that's what they were going for.
It's the latter, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it probably was just a mostly gross out in mind.
Because if you want to make a scary film about ticks, that's a documentary. That's just, here's what Lyme disease can do. By the way, they're really small, and if you don't notice...
walk under a tree and you exude carbon dioxide, they'll drop on you?
They can jump from like 6 feet away. You don't even need to brush up against something. They can really move. Which again, wear long pants when you go hiking.
Yeah.
But, I got the sense they were going for the like, you rent it to be like,
90s
ew,
gross out. Yeah.
Right. Almost in the style of, what 30 years prior would have been part of a double feature at a drive-in.
What gave it away? The copious amounts of green slime.
Yes.
The loud squishing sound effects.
What's very interesting about the goo
good.
and the slime, too, is that the budget on this was relatively low.
Yeah.
It was 1.5 million.
Mil.
Again,
Yeah.
K&B Effects do phenomenal work on almost no money.
It's a quick and clean movie, too. 85 minutes, and then you said...
Or 94,
+9
apparently.
Extra. Yeah.
But one I think we're going to watch eventually, the same effects people that did Ticks, their first film as a group was Intruder, which is a
I'm so excited.
supermarket slasher film. That only had a budget of $130,000.
And boy,
you see all of it on the screen. No, but quite good effects for very little money.
Yeah.
Is what they're, really, really great for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say we started off, I'd say, just with a good movie. It's schlock.
Okay.
Okay. It's schlock.
Hated ticks.
I don't think I hate. I think I saw the merit in it being interesting. It was an interesting disaster.
It's hardly a disaster.
No, there is.
They did
very
exactly
little
what they set out to do.
I guess that's true. They did give us big squelchy ticks. That is true. But man, like you just get to know nobody in this. You probably
you get to know
Carlton
Tyler
the best.
pretty well.
Yeah,
Tyler and Panic are
right. They're like the main guys.
Yeah, but
I still don't know why Rome and Dee Dee were there, other than just being.
That's the thing is
kind of spoiled teens.
There's multiple what you would think are fodder characters because of how little development they get, but they are not.
None of them
they
die.
all survive. Nobody. Yeah, the most developed of the kids, I would say, Panic is the only one who dies horribly by having his body explode into a big tick. There's a lot that's very strange about this film. I think that the script was slapdash. I think they had a concept, an idea, and they just kind of went with it. I think it's interesting and worth watching, but I would never hearken to call this good. This is not a good movie.
Wow.
I would say this is an above average creature feature. I'd say this is quite good.
If this is the above average, man, this genre.
Oh, you have no idea how bad they get.
We have such sights to show you.
All right, Pinhead. It is Tony Randall directed, so
we're tying it back.
That fits.
Can I go back to watching Ari Aster and Torino films?
Oh no,
no prestige horror allowed here. I think that though makes a good segue into talking about what we're watching for next week.
Oh God!
Which I am so excited to have inflicted this on you two. Which is we did discuss it a bit last week. It is the 1983. I don't even want to say sword and sorcery film. It's like a caveman fantasy film, Conquest by Lucio Fulci, Italian godfather
who is not known
of gore.
for doing movies like this.
No, he's known much more for zombie films and earlier in his career, giallo films.
Yeah. You want generally a Lucio Fulci film involves someone getting stabbed horrifically in the eye and goo and blood splattering everywhere. That's
my friend.
Whether it be from zombies,
don't
strange,
you worry.
Like scientists in the basement, a ghoul from the fifth dimension of hell. It is. I am quite excited to see what Fulci does in a new genre.
Generally,
it's don't worry, he gets a few zombies in there. He couldn't help himself.
Of course, yeah. No, it sounds like Fulci.
I'm very excited. I would recommend this is a movie to watch with a group of friends. That is where it excels. I think Ticks also would fit that, It
would be fun in a group.
Right.
Yes.
I imagine this is it is similar to, things my brother and I used to rent from the video store and watch with friends and be delightfully grossed out by. Which I feel like we don't get that many movies like that now.
No.
All our horror movies now are either kind of prestige horror where they're very
elevated horror.
I hate that term so much.
I hate that term. It's not good, man.
But they're a little too self-serious, maybe.
Or it's
Hostel,
Saw.
Yeah, torture porn, or it's Blumhouse.
I think there is a
earnest,
fourth category.
Sincere fun, splattery creature feature, I feel like has kind of disappeared.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there is a fourth category now of like films like The Substance and Together are this new, like, they're separating themselves a little bit from that prestige horror genre where they're still very good, but it's still very, it has an edge of comedy, and it's hearkening back to the days of splatter, gore, gross out,
I don't know.
weird
I'd say
stuff.
it can be. I don't think that like excludes it from. Just because I don't like the term elevated horror doesn't mean I dislike all the movies that are in it.
Oh,
in that
for
category.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I don't like when people, critics especially, use that term as a distinguisher.
This is the good kind
Right.
of horror movie.
Well,
Yeah.
where it's like The Exorcist, arguably the most celebrated horror film of all time, is full of gross out, disgusting, splattery stuff. Vomit and all that. But they're like, oh no, but we take it seriously because this, that, the other thing. What? Just enjoy it. You don't have
Don't just
to.
want something gross and stupid.
You don't
Give them
have to put
gross and
something
stupid.
else down to build up something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like the term elevated horror does that. Now, if you were tasked with making an elevated horror legacy sequel to Ticks or a remake,
Oh my god.
what's your approach? What's the A24 Ticks look like?
The A24 Ticks. Seth Green is on his first day out of an inpatient facility for his severe anxiety. And this is what he has to do as a follow-up. Carlton doesn't die. Charles does.
Okay.
And he has a heartfelt, teary scene where he apologizes for not being more considerate to his daughter, who forgives him.
Is there a gross giant
ticks
tick monster?
Oh, God. There is, but it's CG, and you only see it in one shot where it bears its little fangies at you at the end, and it's dark.
Ugh.
It's all shot. It's
It just
shot
made
in
the anti-blue movie.
in the dark, and it there's like flashes of light, and there's a lot of shaky cam and screaming.
The music is a lot of spaced out strings.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's one I forgot to mention, and it's on my notes here. The score, the musical score in Ticks, does nothing.
I didn't even notice it.
There was
I
a
can't
musical
remember a
score.
thing.
Yeah, wait. I thought there was music.
There are scenes that feel like they're staged like comedy, where the score is just doing generic horror, and then there are scenes that look like horror, where it's got this like light, bubbly soundtrack. And I don't know if they put the wrong track in the wrong place, or if they just didn't care all that much. But
So I'm gonna.
a good score is a huge part of an effective horror movie. And I've just looked up the composer.
Oh, don't. I was just gonna say I've got him up. Not only did he do all of Dexter, the TV show, but he also took over from Akira Yamaoka as the main composer of the Silent Hill video game series.
What?
Until 2015.
When was that for?
This is when Konami decided to shift away from the home console video game industry. It looks like he did
Okay.
Silent Hill Downpour, Book of
the
Memories.
bad one on the Vita. I think is
the one that was like
the
some
one that's
kind
like
of
an
like,
action.
wasn't it
Or
like a
no.
roguelike?
Platform just says PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different one. But apparently he had written 3 full motion picture scores by the age of 12
Oh my god.
and has written over 2,000 scores since then.
What?
He's just cranking them out. He's
passed away.
You know
man.
what he
died
did?
at 60.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
It says
You know what he did the score for, Takako?
Amityville, It's About Time.
No, Baby Geniuses.
Oh,
No,
no.
he didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't. It's not on his...
It's on his IMDb.
What year?
1999.
It's not listed on Wikipedia.
The composer is Christopher L. Stone.
Oh, no, that's a different guy. Who are you looking at? I'm looking at...
Daniel Licht.
Yeah.
No, there's another guy who did the score.
Oh, there is a second guy
Yeah.
listed. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, but he's got
He's
an
not even
IMDb
clickable.
with 2,000 credits or 2,000 film scores.
Geniuses.
Baby Geniuses.
Good
We're not
God.
watching Baby Geniuses.
We can't.
No.
We can't watch Baby Geniuses. It's a bridge too far.
That is... I can't do that. Though Baby Geniuses 2's got that guy from Ghostbusters 2 in it.
We're not watching Baby Geniuses too.
I do not want to watch. Listen, even as a child, I watched Super Babies, and it was the worst fucking thing I'd ever seen. I could not stand that movie.
Well, so on a scale of, Super Babies to a good film, where do you place Ticks, Arthur? If someone's asking you, Arthur, okay, Ticks, skip, rent, buy, what are you telling them?
Oh, God. This is like a...
Or, I mean, we do just have the option now,
It's
watch.
like a
It doesn't have to
Minecraft
have
movie.
a financial...
It's like the Minecraft
Oh,
movie,
no.
I'd say, where it's like, it's a fun enough time to watch it
Wow.
once. It's perfectly fine. I'm not going back to it. I'm not
That's
gonna.
like a
I'm not gonna
scathing
be, like,
indictment.
think about it a lot. No, Minecraft movie's not that terrible. Like it really isn't. It was. Have either of you seen it? It's like
No.
fine. It's actually shockingly
No.
fine. It's a lot less offensive than any of the trailers made it out to be.
I have never played Minecraft.
Man,
Like, not at all.
That's okay. I
Man.
didn't until like 2 years ago, maybe.
every
It was fun.
like
It was really
2
fun.
years I get back. I have like a month-long period where I'm just
You have a flare up.
going
chronic
deep.
condition.
Yeah, like I have to take my medication again to get it back under control. Like I just go deep into the mines, just getting boxes and boxes full of diamond and gold, like every time, and then it falls off eventually. But it's pretty
But
consistent.
it's always there for you when you want to go back.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
I'm not watching the Minecraft movie. I'm sorry.
The only version I'll watch is the one with the incomplete visual effects. Because a
That's
copy
the
of
version
it
I watched. That is the
got
version I watched.
leaked without,
Oh my God.
completed effects, and that looked very funny.
It does add to it. Even if I think about the effects being completed, it's honestly still fine. But like, yeah, I did watch the incomplete test print, and it makes it a little bit funnier than it already was. But there's actually some legitimately good back and forth between Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Like they're like actually fine. Did I pronounce his name wrong?
You said Jason Momoa.
It's Jason Momoa, isn't it?
Momoa.
It is.
I
I'm
do.
sorry.
I had a 50% chance on that
He
one,
is
and
not
I went,
an
oh my
alcoholic
God.
brunch
I could go
beverage.
For a mimosa. Sounds pretty good, actually.
I thought about getting a beer for this, but did not.
Well, Bloom, would you recommend you skip, watch?
I would
or buy
wholeheartedly recommend watching Ticks for any fans of, a creature feature. If you just like some good splatter, if you like, your teens in the wood kind of genre, that's a whole horror offshoot unto itself. No, I would
Sure
give
is.
this a solid 1 thumb up. Like, this is a fun time.
I almost said out of how many.
How many thumbs do you think I have, woman?
I don't know. It's like 11 o'clock. So I don't know where I am. I want to
Yeah.
buy Ticks. I think if
I
it's someone
do
who isn't
want
me,
to buy
you should
it
watch
now.
it. But I do want to buy Ticks. I want to buy the 4K. I
We
wanna
got to
find
see
out what
those
got
9
cut.
minutes.
I need to know what happened in those 9 minutes.
Watch them not have changed the beginning at all, but we get 9 more
Oh my
minutes of
God.
extremely gross Ticks effects.
Oh my God, dude.
I would love
I'd be
that.
heartbroken.
All right. The 4K UHD, Blu-ray combo
How much
set
is it?
is on sale right now.
For how much?
$28. Normally $50.
Way more
Wait,
than it should.
50 normally.
Oh my god!
What?
Vinegar Syndrome releases are not cheap.
Oh, you're right.
It's apparently full of extra. Oh, you know what it says under frequently bought together?
Oh
What?
no!
Mosquito 20th anniversary edition
Oh,
Blu-ray.
let's go.
Oh, let's fuck. I think Tix is way better than Mosquito, for the record.
I had a great time watching it. I've now seen it twice. I would watch it again if somebody asked me, "Hey, do you want to watch this?" I'd say, "Yeah, sure."
Oh yeah, throw Tix on the TV. Crack open. A
Okay,
beer.
if I don't have cable, but if I did and I was, flipping channels and I saw Tix was on, I'd say, "Oh hell yeah, Tix is on. Let me make some popcorn." I'm not kidding. That actually,
my boy Seth Green.
That's my father's metric of if he likes a movie or
if
not.
I was channel scrolling, and
If
I
he was
leave it
channel
on,
scrolling and he sees it and he stops, that's how he knows he likes a movie.
you're not wrong.
It's a good metric for rewatchability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching my recommendation. Arthur, you have not seen Conquest yet, but I already
No.
watched it.
Yeah, this is
and
going to be another
you
first.
have a lot
first
to look
experience for me.
forward to, I'll tell you what.
Oh, boy.
Can we get a preview made opinion?
I don't really smoke weed, but I wish that I had watching this.
By
I
three
think if
weed
I
smoking
had
VTubers,
this-
yes, they do smoke weed.
It's called a bunt, not a weed cigarette. I think if I had, that movie would feel like a 3-hour long epic. It would feel like I was being transported into a place beyond time and space. It's a very weird movie.
It's a
and I'm
very
very glad
weird
you recommended
movie.
it.
Also, great soundtrack, like completely
Yeah.
unironically. It was done by Claudio Simonetti, who you might know as part of the band Goblin. That did
Oh,
well. No, that's like they did most of the music for all of Dario Argento's movies.
yeah, Goblin's
So, like,
big.
Yeah, so it was the keyboardist from that did the soundtrack for Conquest. Little something to look forward to.
Oh, that's going to be neat. Yeah. That's
You
exciting.
you are not ready.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But all right, so
right.
what are we doing? What's going on? What are we doing till next week?
I am going to Otakon this weekend.
Ooh.
Getting some autographs, perhaps seeing some friends.
That's right.
I
That's
will
right.
just
This
be
weekend you'll
chilling.
be able wait, actually, I'm sorry. You're listening to this a week after, so sucks to be you. Should have paid
Sorry.
attention. Sorry. So I guess you had a wonderful time meeting Taka this weekend if you
Oh, I was
could
just
see into
chilling
the
with
future.
friends. I'm not holding that Goshichin meetup.
Oh.
I'm going incognito.
Incognito.
mate. Yeah.
Mm.
What about you guys?
Yeah, what we got going?
I am celebrating something that I found out literally right before we started recording,
Oh,
which
yes.
is I just made partner on Twitch.
Let's
Let's
go.
fucking
Very
go.
excited about that.
3 months later than it should have been, in my personal opinion. I think Twitch it was really holding out on you for a while, but it was
fourth time's the
well
charm,
deserved.
apparently.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And I'm gonna celebrate by doing the same things I always do, which is play weird old video games that people haven't heard of. Which I'm going to take a moment to make a recommendation to everybody listening for a game you've never heard of on a system you've never heard of. Play Puppy Love Story on the Casio Loopy.
God.
It's just do it. Don't even.
I just saw Obero tweet that it's Kino.
It is. It's insane. I almost cried. That's not a joke. At this game made for like 10-year-old girls in 1995.
Wow.
You should
That's
play
actually-
it.
Powerful stuff.
That's interesting. Wow.
You should play it. You should
God
play the
dang.
Casio Loopy. What about you, Arthur? What have you got going on?
Well, I have been. So I ended up taking the recording day off today because I was feeling a little gunched up, a little sick, a little gooey. But I'm
Again
back
with the
into it.
gunch.
I'm doing my thing. I'm
He's always
grinding
grumpy.
5 to 6 days a week of streaming, depending.
Cool.
You know, like constantly. Like I'm out there reacting. They're talking about the news. I got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Holy, my notes channel is an absolute pile-on from like controversial VTuber figures being permanently banned to a YouTuber beef turned deadly, where the perpetrator is currently been he has been arrested and is being charged with double murder, and they're seeking the death penalty. I got a lot.
Oh,
I got a lot
Jesus
to talk
Christ.
about. Yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton. So yeah, definitely. You know, if you're looking to keep up on the hot breaking news and basically everything, I basically talk about everything from streaming news to generalized news of what's happening in the world today to economics to stuff as simple as just movies and TV and what's happening in gaming. So that's what I got going on. You know, just more of the same, more solid streams, more imp yapping.
All right.
Very cool.
I still don't know how to end these.
I
But
think
thank
the
you
way to end it
for-
is say
for listening.
thank you for listening, everybody. If you made it to the end,
Yeah.
we will be back next week to discuss Conquest. And the week after that, I believe, is Final Destination
It's
2.
Final Destination 2.
Yes,
The second most
next
Final
week-
Destination.
Yep, 2 weeks from now, Final Edition 2. Next week is Conquest. We will see you all next time. Thank you so much for listening in. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.